News 3, the Old Dominion Full Court Press.
Now, with coronavirus a hopeful thing of the past, at least as the Monarchs are concerned, Old Dominion continuing to push into Conference USA play. Welcome to tonight's edition of the Old Dominion Full Court Press. 3 league games down, up to 15 to go as the Monarchs hit the road for 3 straight. First order of business, getting back into that win column after a heartbreaker this past Saturday. The Monarchs holding a 7-point lead against UTEP with 1:16 to play in regulation, but see the advantage slip away, and the Miners hand ODU its first Conference USA loss in overtime, 78-70. This on the heels of a dominant performance in a win over Texas San Antonio last Thursday. So an up and down week for Jeff Jones and his team. Saturday's results snapping the Silver and Blues 5-game winning streak in the series with UTEP. The Monarchs will have been sitting on the loss for 5 days come tip-off tomorrow. A good time to refocus, but the players ready to get back out there.
Having Sunday off, again, I think that gave all of us a chance to kind of, work through all of those negative emotions and get things refocused and ready for the next challenge.
We can't wait to get down to Rice and play them, try to get back on the right track, get a W under our belt on a away game. So, and this conference, it's hard to get a win in this conference right now. So getting one, that's going to be a race to loss.
The defeat dropping ODU to 4-3 on its home floor this season. Well, after 2 teams from Texas visiting Norfolk, the Monarchs hit the road to the Lone Star State for its next 2 contests. As you heard Mekhi Long mention, first up is Rice, a team that's been holding its own this season. The Owls are 10-6 on the year, but have been pretty tough to beat on their home court, winning 6 of the 7 games in their own gym. Rice 3-2 in league play and looking for its 4th win in the last 5 games tomorrow night. The Owls can score, but their defense is suspect. Ranked 3rd in the conference in scoring offense, but 13th in defense. ODU has won 11 of the 13 all-time meetings with Rice, but the 2 teams splitting last year's 2 matchups. The Monarchs not expecting an easy time tomorrow night in Houston.
Their offense is really spread. They shoot a lot of threes. Their offense is pretty hard to guard. Defensively, I'm not sure how good they are, but their offense is pretty good.
They've dubbed themselves Green Light U. They're not afraid to shoot the 3 and to shoot the basketball quickly.
What they did last year, though, he's definitely right. They can't. One dude had 18 threes by himself, so definitely a run-and gun team. So we can hopefully stop that and come back home with 2 W's.
All set for 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. A look at the upcoming schedule for the Monarchs after tomorrow's showdown in Houston. Old Dominion heading up to Denton to face North Texas, then heading to Charlotte a week from tonight for a makeup game against the 49ers. That ends up being back-to-back matchups as Charlotte will visit Chartway Arena next Saturday before Marshall comes in to tip off the February schedule. And an updated look at the standings showing ODU tied atop the Conference USA Eastern Division with Charlotte, both having won 2 of their first 3 league bouts. Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, and Florida Atlantic all clustered there a half game back. Out west, Louisiana Tech has been nothing short of dominant. The Bulldogs have won 7 in a row, and all 6 of their conference games thus far. UAB and North Texas nipping at La Tech's heels. Rice also above 500 in league play. 2 tough Western Division teams this week for Old Dominion. Well, still to come, 2 of the Monarchs' most productive big men have been getting onto the court at the same time as of late, with one establishing himself as one of the best in the conference. We'll examine Austin Trice's recent success coming up when the Full Court Press continues after this.
Live from News 3, the Old Dominion Full Court Press.
Basketball consisting of different players stepping up at different times, but one Monarch has been establishing himself as a consistent go-to threat. Austin Trice, last year's Conference USA's 6th man of the year, but is showing that he can climb even higher. Trice has found his groove during the course of the last month or so, averaging nearly 18 points and 11 rebounds since the December 11th matchup with VCU. He's scored at least 16 points in 5 of those 6 games, including 20 or more on 2 occasions. Saturday against UTEP, seeing Trice score 19 points and pull down 20 boards. He's earned a spot in the starting lineup, and according to Jeff Jones, is playing the best basketball of his collegiate career.
Last year, he had a good year. He was the 6th man of the year, and he had some good games, none of which would compare to some of these other games that he's had recently. We're probably looking at since VCU, that was the start of his good play. Since then, he hasn't had an off game.
He made the ball high for himself with 2019, 20 and 15. He made the ball high for himself. So every night we coming and looking for that 20 and 15, 20 and 19. So and that's not very easy to do every game. And it's like he's making it easy. He's making it look easy.
Trice's scoring average up almost 2 points from last season so far. Meanwhile, Trice's fellow big man back after battling COVID-19. Kalu Ezikpe only getting 1 day of practice in last week, but still putting together strong showings. After easing back in during Thursday's win, Ezikpe scoring 19 points and pulling down 7 boards in Saturday's meeting with UTEP. Jones is starting to put him and Trice on the floor at the same time during some points in the game. The forward has grown into a force on the court, but also as a team leader.
I feel like I'm a better scorer now, a better player now. Back then, I feel like I was just playing my role. This year, I feel like I bring the scoring, rebounding, just extra possessions to my team. The leadership role that you were talking about.
With maturity and confidence and just being, one of the oldest guys, or certainly most experienced guys. Sometimes it takes a while to grow into that role, and I think we've seen him mature and become the leader that he is now.
Ezikpe has seen his averages climb in points and rebounds from last season as well. Let's now look at your Old Dominion stat leaders after 16 games. CJ Kaiser tops the team in scoring. He's above 14 points per contest. Kalu Ezikpe second. Trice has moved into double digits after some huge performances as of late, as we just mentioned. To the glass now. There's a new leader in the clubhouse, Mekhi Long, now averaging more than 7 rebounds a night. Ezikpe sitting close behind, and Trice contributing as well. We used to be off the bench, now as part of the starting lineup. How about this unselfishness, which Monarchs are sharing the rock and setting up teammates? Jalen Hunter topping the team with 4.5 per contest. Kaiser nearing 2 per outing, and Ezikpe appearing on this list as well. Now to who's shining at the other end of the floor. Hunter is also pacing the Monarchs in steals for the season. Long and Ezikpe continue to help the squad on the defensive end as well. Finally, who is eating up the most minutes? Hunter leads the charge here with more than 34 per contest, with Kaiser close behind. Long rounding out the top 3, still over a half hour of playing time per night. And finally this evening, last week we told you Jeff Jones would be coaching barefoot during Thursday's game with UTSA to raise awareness and funds for Samaritan's Feet. Well, here's your proof. The head coach once again leaving his shoes in the locker room and putting feet to floor for the good cause. Jones also making a $5,000 donation of his own, Samaritan's Feet helping to get shoes to needy youth and all across the world. And that wraps up tonight's Old Dominion Full Court Press. If you joined us late, you'll be able to catch the entire program on the sports page of WTKR.com.